What's up? This is Ryan.
Hey, and this is Michael. Welcome to All Day Unpacked.
What's going
We've been
on?
missing in action a little bit here due to some COVID related illness.
Yeah,
Much
eh,
like NFL All Day, COVID is still a thing apparently. So,
it is. And I have resorted to moving my location to my bunker. Actually, I'm in the garage. Long story, but yeah, I'm in the garage tonight with old Scuba
yeah.
Steve behind me. So he's going to be representing for me, catching some
All
passes
right.
back there. So there's a lot of action to
Lots,
get into.
yeah. Lots to
So
go over.
yeah, you missed 3 weeks and holy shit. Yeah, there's
Is
a
it
lot to get
three? I
to.
thought it was only two and some change. But yeah, either way, yeah. So we couldn't hold off any longer. We have to just come at you. Apologies for any of the voice action you're getting, but man, where do you want to start? Leaderboards are back. That's probably the big thing, right?
It is a big thing. Why don't you tell me about it? Tell me. I don't know
I
much
mean,
about leaderboards being back. Yeah, I think you know more about it than I do.
so there's two leaderboards. There's an all pro and there's a pro leaderboard.
Okay.
And basically it's just like they did at the end of last year with like the run up with the playoffs and such.
Okay.
It's over 4 weeks, and then it's what's kind of cool is normally you're minting to get the 100 yards, and then once you get to the 100 yards,
You
um,
give up.
you kind of quit. But with this now, you want to go above and beyond, and so like you get people doing crazy burns just to get those top prizes because the top prizes are pretty cool. It's like
Was it
on
like
the
is it jerseys and balls and shit like that?
yeah, like sign balls by Pat Mahomes, and Donovan McNabb on the All Pro. On the
Mm-hmm.
Pro, it's a signed ball for the top three for from Max Crosby.
Okay.
So some cool stuff. I mean, and some
Yeah.
packs, Dapper credits for like the
Okay.
top 50 or 70 finishers. Just kind of it goes down as you move down the rankings, but
Sure.
store credit for Dapper and stuff like that. So again, it's one of those things where it's like people love this. Like it's a multi-week thing. It gives something for people. It's like above and beyond just the every week
Sure.
playbooks.
Let
So
me ask you a question
people
about
are
it though,
excited.
just to help
Yeah,
explain it to other people. Let's say I'm a minimal collector. Is there any
yeah.
advantage? Like, let's say I collect I got like 400 moments. Does leaderboards matter to me?
I mean, maybe the pro a little bit, but it's
So what are the
you
I
could.
guess that's what I'm trying to get at is you're talking about a pro. Is there an all pro? What's the difference here?
Yeah, so I said there's an all pro leaderboard and there's
Right.
a pro leaderboard.
And so
So
how
the
do you
all
get into
pro,
either? Can
I
you
mean, you
can you
can get into
do?
either by doing the tasks or whatever. The pro
Got it.
leaderboard, it's you're doing the pro playbook and you're doing the all pro playbook, and there's
Got it.
just yards just like there always is, and those yards go towards your overall standings on the leaderboard.
Got it. But if you have
So
somebody who's doing the all pro one, wouldn't they probably be doing the pro one too?
they would, but the one nice thing about the pro one is that you have to make some predictions. So you have to
Okay.
know a little bit about football in regard to, making predictions of players that are going to do such and such or get this many yards
Sure.
or which
Okay.
one's going to have more touchdowns and things like that. Versus the all pro is just straight up. If you are one of those dudes that has like all of the series one and series two legendaries, like there are some people out there that do,
Yeah.
you're going to dominate because
Got it.
I mean, like having a series one legendary set gets you 50 yards. And that's just, there's probably only 30, 40 people who even have that.
Right. And that's me and you.
So,
So yeah.
yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Scuba Steve back.
You just play dumb on here to act like you don't know anything
Right.
about the all pro
Right.
leaderboard.
Yeah.
But one of these days we're going to let everybody know that you're actually Jay Weezy. So,
Okay.
yeah.
You had to think about that one for a second.
Well, I know I've seen Kookaburra, and I know you can't be Kookaburra, so I don't think I've ever seen Jay Weezy before. I don't think I've ever
Got
seen a
it.
picture
There
of
you
him.
go.
So until further notice, we're just gonna tell everybody you're Jay Weezy, and
There you
maybe
go.
that'll
There
get
you
us
go.
some more viewers if people think that we got one of the big dogs
Yeah, exactly.
on the team here. So
Super. All
nice.
right. What's next on the agenda?
So next up is we got another pack drop coming. So it's
Yeah.
been it's been a minute, but we got two new series coming out. So they're doing it a little bit different. It's all uncommons.
Yep.
It's an offensive series and a defensive series, one player from each team. We got make the stop on the defensive side. We got move the chains on the offensive side. So we
Okay.
got 64 new moments.
Mm-hmm.
We got some debuts in there. We got some guys that haven't ever had a moment before. We
Yep.
also got some moments for people who've got plenty of moments, but
Got it.
um, all these are
So,
minted out to 1,500,
okay.
and this is it. Like the 32 move the chain and the 32 make the stop. That like this is it. All of them are being released at once, and that's all that there's going to be. The set closes after this release,
Got
so
it.
there's not going to be any week 12 additions to make the stop or move the chains.
And I'm sorry, you said how many like moments there's going to be in total, or
64, one from each team.
no? I'm
So
talking
one
about
from
like how many packs are they going to drop?
packs they're dropping. I want to say they're doing two types of packs. They're doing a premium pack and they're doing a standard pack. The
Okay.
premium pack is $69. It comes with 8 moments. 7 of them are guaranteed new uncommon moments. And then the 8th moment has about a 70% chance of being another uncommon and a 30% chance of being a rare or legendary. Mostly
Okay.
of that chance being a rare.
All right.
So those are $70 for those for the 9. And then you got your standard packs, which will just be 3 moments, which will include 1 or 2 of the uncommons, and then the other 1 or 2 would be a series 2 common, I'm assuming.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
so yeah.
Okay. And then now I've heard something about a burn thing going on. What's up
So
on the,
yeah. Well, so they're doing a couple things. First of all, if you own make the stop or move the chains from series 1 or 2,
right?
you automatically get a shot at a premium pack. So you get a reserved
Okay.
shot at a premium pack for owning that set. So
You mean I get something for owning a fucking series or a set?
that's right. I knew you were gonna be happy, man.
Wow.
So you know what you get? You get the ability to spend $70. That's what you
Exactly.
get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
at least I get something for once.
that's true. You do get something for once. So that's what you get. The other thing they're going to do tomorrow, which would be Thursday, is they're going to release they're going to or not release. They're going to start a burn challenge, and I don't know what you have to burn, but they're basically they teased out that by burning Series 1 and Series 2 moments, you're going to unlock a Series 3 pack. I don't know if you get it for free or if you have to buy it.
Right.
I would think they're free if you're burning, but who knows?
Right.
And it's only
Hey.
limited to like the first 1,500 who do it.
Okay. But good. We're burning more moments. I like that part of
Right.
it. I like that part.
I mean,
What's
yeah,
your
they
opinion? What's your opinion on the pack drop here?
My opinion on the pack drop is it seems like a lot again. It's like they're doing it's 64 new moments. I'm a little I mean I'm thinking what is it $70 for 9 moments, so that's what about $8 a moment you're paying to get that pack drop. I'm curious. I'll be curious to see how much these uncommons go for. Like it's a new thing. 1,500 is I like the number 1,500. I feel like that's a good, like a good cap.
What are
I'm looking
rares
at the-
now? I'm just out of curiosity. I know that they switched the number on rares,
15,
didn't they?
14, 15.
Oh, they're still at the same. So uncommons and rares are the same.
Oh, you mean the mint number?
Yes.
It would be anywhere between 300 and 1,500. So uncommon starts at 1,500. So
Okay.
So that's what that is. But
Sorry to interrupt.
I'm telling you, no, it's fine. I'm pulling up the list of players. I mean, there's some interesting guys that are getting Matt Milano, who's never had a moment, finally getting a moment.
Yep.
Quay Walker, new moment. Julius Brents, Andre Sisco, Jamal Adams, Antoine Winfield Jr., Danico Autry, Alex Highsmith on the defensive side, Jack Campbell, all get their first moments. So,
Yep.
okay. On the offensive side, a couple of rookies. Jonathan Mingo is on there. He was a second rounder. Jalen Warren, rookie. And then some
Yeah.
guys who've never had moments before. Zach Moss, Joshua Dobbs, Jerome Ford, Kyron Williams, Demario Douglas. Let's see here. Cade Otten and Okonkwo from the Titans. That's a hopeful on that pronunciation, but the downside is like I'm seeing a lot of names of players that we see a lot of. I see
Yeah. Can I
another
just
Josh
interject here?
Allen. Yeah.
My first interpretation when I heard this was shit. Like when I
Yeah.
looked at the list, the first thing I thought was, oh shit. Because the first name that I saw on this damn list was Jesse Bates. And I'm like, why the fuck does Jesse Bates? I know he's in a new uniform. And I was like, okay, Jesse Bates. And I must have clicked on the defense first, but I'm like, Yannick Ngakoue, Sam Hubbard. These look like all like the three $2 moments. This looks like a fucking list of all of like the lowest moments. And I understand that the defensive, but like, I mean, seriously, like, I mean, just pick a random player that's never had a moment at least. I mean, like, again, like Will Anderson Jr., new player, get him a moment. Like, I know he's already got one. It's not his debut, it looks like. I think he's got one already. But again, I got no problem with that. Like Quay Walker, some of these other guys, they're great. But Chris Jones, it's like they're just doing rinse and repeat. This is going to crash and burn. And it, like, that's the reason my reaction was shit, because it's just like, this is not going to work. CJ Mosley, Fred Warner, these again.
So you're not buying any packs then?
I don't think so. I want to be. I want to support this product. I do. But again, you gotta think this stuff. Why the fuck does Puka fucking, I don't know his last name.
Nakua.
Why does he not have a moment?
That definitely
that drives
is a
me.
miss.
They're probably like saving it for something else, dude. You're gonna like again. There is no. I mean, unless they've got some trick up their sleeve, some ace where you're gonna be burning all the Jesse. Like, unless they're like, we're gonna get all the old Jesse Bates out of here, and you're gonna get a new Jesse Bates. Unless that's like it's like a 3-for-1 deal or something like that, and you're swapping Jesse Bates out, and they have a way to reduce the old numbers. Even at that, it's just like, who's going to be like, I got to get my hands on the new Jesse Bates? Unless it's part of like a contest, but it's like, it's going to take time to iron itself out. Again, why would anybody in their right mind buy these packs unless they're just like kind of really, really into the product, which is a limited number, or they're a big fan of that team? It's just, it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up.
I mean, I'm not gonna disagree with you there.
So bad, I wanted to, and I hope it works out. I hope I'm fucking wrong, but it is not gonna work. I'm sorry.
I mean, there are a few players that are, that haven't had a common before, so it will be a way to get some accessible moments for them.
True.
With the Puka Nacua miss, I mean, they had to choose between him and that Kyron Williams. I was a little surprised they picked Williams just because he's currently on IR, and I would think that Nacua is the guy that, I mean, if they wanted to make something like right now, the problem that I see with this is I don't see a name on this list where it's like, I gotta get this guy.
Joshua Dobbs.
Where, I mean, but in all
seriousness, he's probably the only one I could think of because he's a starting quarterback of a team that you can't get a moment for right now.
Well, Zach Moss, who's been
he's a
doing pretty well. Yeah, Jalen Warren. I mean, I'm just saying, like, there are a few, but man, I'm telling you, Nacua was a miss in the sense that, like, just, I mean, I know you're not a big fantasy guy, but if you're playing fantasy at all, he's a top receiver right now, and it's like there's no moment for him, so you can't use him in on the moment.
Right.
I mean, but I look at like a couple of these players, like for instance for the Vikings, Jordan Addison's on this list. I mean, that's smart, right? Like, it's his rare right now. The entry point for Jordan Addison right now is $100. So you can't own a Jordan Addison moment for less than $100. This is going to make it so that you can have one now for, whatever. I'll bet this Jordan Addison's probably like what, in the 20 range, 15 to 20.
I wouldn't know off the top of my head, but yeah, I mean,
there's pure speculation.
Right. I just, I like the ones that bother me are like, again, like T. Higgins, CeeDee Lamb's got so many moments. Yeah. Jared Goff has a comment. Again, this has to be them lining this up to you burn all the old ones. This is a gamble because they think you're going to go burn all the old ones to get the new ones. That has to be, they would not, nobody could be, and I feel bad saying this because I hope they're not watching. I don't think anybody could be this dumb to put out these moments here and think that these are going to sell without thinking, no, we're going to burn all these other ones and then have you take the new ones. That's got to be it. If it's not, wow, you missed. Bad.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out tomorrow because that's the release.
Sure will. And you're saying it's only one burn challenge, though. It's not like an ongoing thing. This is like a once in a lifetime chance, right?
Yeah, I mean it's 1,500 people. You can do it there's up to 1,500 packs they're setting aside for the burn challenge. Once that number gets hit, which
Okay.
I feel like that number will get hit. When there are packs and there is a gambling chance, first of all, it's a premium pack, so you got a
Oh, okay.
30% chance at a rare or a legendary. There's enough.
So there's
degenerates.
legendaries in those packs that they're gonna have to burn for.
Three in the premiums. There's like a 2.5% chance of getting a legendary. But I
Okay.
believe the legendaries are Series 2 legendaries, not dynamics.
Yeah, but even at that, okay.
Yeah.
How many moments do you think you're gonna have to burn? How many of these guys do you think you're gonna have to round up? Because right now,
So-
I mean, again, if you wanted to do this, how much is a Jared Goff going for right now? Can you look and see what a common Jared Goff is going for? Because I bet
don't
you
know,
right
$4.
now, is it like $3 or is it $4 or is it $2?
Yeah,
Because I wonder
somewhere in
if
the
people are
3 to
trying
4 range.
are people trying to buy these? Thinking the same thing I'm thinking?
Well, I mean, here's the thing though. So I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, we've seen a number of the commons getting kind of dried up right now. Like it's first of all, golf commons going for $3.
Right. So I guess what I'm speculating on is how many of these do you think you're going to have to burn to get the pack? Because again, couldn't somebody like me or you go and buy couldn't you stockpile Jared Goff right now, knowing tomorrow that
If that's the
I'm
burn.
just yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
to me, the burn would make sense if it's burn common moments from people who are in the release. Like that would make
Yes.
the most sense to me.
Right. What would make the most sense is that you're going to have to burn you're saying it's a premium pack, and how much is that going for?
$70.
$70. So my thought is that they're going to make you burn
30.
30, 40 guys.
Probably half defense, half offense.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
So 40, 20 of each?
Let's say 20 offensive, 20 defensive.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to go out there tonight. I'm just going to pick a random couple and I'm just going to load up and see what happens.
I mean, yeah, worst case scenario is you bought some $2 moments.
Right. But I have a feeling that okay, my feelings are changing a little bit on this. If that's what they're doing, but again, I don't know why they limited it. But again, okay, wait a minute. How many moments would that end up being? You're the mathy guy. So you said 1,500 packs?
Roughly, yeah.
So,
So
okay,
that would be
let's-
40, 60,000.
That's a nice haul.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm retracting a little bit on that. If that's what they're doing and they get 60K knocked out.
And that's only for 1,500 of the 9,000 something packs. So
Right. But
like,
I'm just
there's
saying,
still-
that's a way to kind of, again, we've been talking about burn shit down.
it's right.
It's a good way to get a big
It
number.
gives multiple paths to buying a pack, and that is especially for the people who right now are saying that they have no use for their series 1 and 2 moments. Like,
Right.
today's not the day because we have so much other new stuff to go over. But we really need to have an honest conversation with the community about the reason the prices are so low isn't because of All Day, isn't because of Dapper. It's because of the collectors. And I mean,
Right.
we'll get into that theory.
Yeah.
And
All right, let's
into
move on to the next
whys and
topic
such,
before I start ranting. All right.
All right, let's do that. Okay, so next topic would be so while you're looking for these $2 moments for these players that are going to get burned, you can use that brand new search function at the top that you are so happy about.
I am extremely. I know it's probably a little bit old news. It happened a couple weeks ago, but really quickly, I just want to say, great job on the search feature. That is fucking amazing. It's just they knocked that one out of the park, and it's such a simple thing. And I saw like when they announced it, there were people like can you search for more users and stuff like that. I mean, I get all that, but again, it's little by little. You got to give them the high fives when they deserve it, and they deserve a high five for that one. Great addition. It was such a simple thing, but again,
Search
I
for
love
more
it.
users. So people were saying that they wanted to be able to look for like users on the
No, they
platform.
were being dicks. They were saying, "Why don't you search for some more users so we can build up the user
Oh, I
base?"
see. They're just being
Yeah,
got it.
yeah,
Okay. Well,
yeah. I
yeah.
mean, funny joke, but it's just kind of like, come on, give them some credit.
Yeah. I
So
mean, I agree. I do agree. I think that I like that search feature. That's something that felt like it was missing from the get-go. So
yes,
happy to
I
see that got included.
yeah. The only thing I'd like to add to that is they have like kind of like a picked out like about 4 or 5 different things that are like rare, legendary, a few things. Add common or uncommon to the list. I mean, I think that would be a good idea to add those because I
Yeah.
mean,
What do you think about this new Road to 100 set that is like kind of the reward? For instance, like this last playbook, week 6, 7, week 7 was the first
yep.
one where you could mint and you could get 3 of them. You could get the gosh, who was the first one?
I
It
thought there was
was
only one.
somebody. No, there's 3. Someone Bijan, and then there's TJ Watt.
There's another one.
Yeah, there's 3. There was yardage. There was a 50, an 80, and 100.
I don't remember the third one.
It was the 50-yarder one too. It was the easy one to get.
I think the 50 was
Keenan
a
Allen.
pack.
It was Keenan Allen. No, it was
Is
Keenan
it?
Allen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why it was burn Keenan.
Oh,
That's why
yeah,
it was
yeah,
burn
yeah, yeah.
Keenan,
Okay.
burn.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so those 3
I like
are the
it.
moments. So if you,
Yeah.
you okay.
I like it. I like it. I think, it's always good to come up with like a new set, do something a little bit different. I feel like in my estimation, what they're doing is they're taking this set and this set is going to be used a lot in
Yeah.
challenges. And so what they're trying to do is like, hey, you want this set? You're going to have to burn moments. This is how we clear some of the old shit out and everybody starts collecting this. We use it in a lot of challenges. Everybody needs it. So keep burning to get it. And we get some of this excess out. So I feel like it's a great strategy. And I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing it as long as it's not, I felt like the Bijan Robinson was kind of an important one to get, especially because it was the first one, and I like the fact that it's however many get minted, it's a little bit like draw it up. However many get minted
Yep.
are how many that go.
I
Bijan
and
Robin,
again, I don't know the exact number, but it did not look like a lot of those minted. It looked like it was probably around the like 300
yeah,
is the minimum number. 301 is the minimum number for an uncommon, and I feel like those mints are going to be right around that 301
I
mark.
feel like it's
I
going to be
don't
higher than that. I
I
feel
don't
like
think
there's
it's
too
over
many people.
500.
I'm going to
No,
say 7 something.
no. I'm telling you, I was watching the number
Those
of people.
numbers were not. I don't think they're accurate. Like I feel like those numbers.
They're partially accurate. The last hour though, I missed it. I missed. I'm sure
Yeah.
someone put it in the Discord, but I missed.
Yeah,
how
maybe
many
they did.
people.
The answer's probably out there, and we could probably figure it
Yeah,
out. But bottom
it is,
line
but
is, I like the direction. I like where things are going. I like the road
yeah.
to 100. I think it's a great idea. Do it as long as as long as they don't make it too crazy town to get these. I think it's going to be good. Don't abuse it.
All right. Well,
So
so count the counter of that. Then, what do you think about the new draw it up? There's 2 new draw it ups. There's a Jalen Hurts and there's a Tyreek Hill. How you feeling about those?
I feel like the draw it up series is kind of, it's kind of, and I could be wrong. I don't know like when they close the draw it up set. I don't know a lot of the parameters with the draw it up. It just always seems like this open ended thing that kind of just
Well, I think
keeps going.
Series 2 draw it up cleared, and now we're in Series 3 or 2023 draw it up. I think it's a new draw it up
Yeah.
series.
I feel like draw it ups are better for new players.
Yeah.
I feel like draw it ups for like guys that have a million moments are just.
I feel like a draw it up for Puka Nakua would have been
Yeah.
a huge, like that's what they should have done.
Yeah,
But
and it's like again, don't wait on it. It's like I know maybe he could get hurt next week.
I know.
I mean, and they should be loading up like they should be doing him, and they should have that Dolphins running back ready to go because he'll be back in no time. He should
Yeah,
be. It should be
HM.
Puka, then that dude, and I'm sure there's plenty other guys that you could. I mean, Tank Bigsby from the Jaguars could be another guy that. I mean, again, he might not be your 100-yard person or your. I'm sorry, not 100-yard. I'm confusing the two, but he might not be your big dog, but he could be like a lower end dude that you could add in there. Just again. Get some new players, even if they fizzle. I mean, that's what happens.
I mean, I have to admit, I thought, the maximum mint for the Jalen Hurts and the Tyreek Hill is 1,500, and right now, The contest ends in less than 12 hours, and we're at 203 completions for
I mean, that's a
Jalen
draw
Hurts,
up.
and even less for. I mean, that's not a lot. So there's an interesting thing, and this is new. So let's just say that 203 is where it ended right now.
Sure.
There has to be 301 for a moment to become uncommon, which is what this is. It's not a rare. So if 203 is where it lands, they will actually mint 301 of them.
Yeah.
And then what they'll do is they'll distribute, like, so the first person that minted through the 203rd person that did it, each get their one, and then they take the remainders and they come back to the first person who minted, and they start giving them each a second one. So,
I mean, what do you got? Like $18 and another $18? I mean, again,
here's the thing. I like the idea
yeah,
of rewarding people
yes.
who were right there at the very first,
yeah,
who were willing to put their balls on the table and
Yep.
go after that. So
yes,
good for them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, they should do that. I won't be one of those people, but I hope those people get rewarded, and I hope it's worth a lot for them, and they cash in on it, because maybe they use it for a contest and they got an extra one they can sell and they cash in on it. I hope they benefit from it.
Here's why no one's minting it. I mean, the math of it is simple. You can buy a Jalen Hurts rare for $40 right now, and you can do a burn challenge here for Jalen Hurts. That's going to cost you more than $40 to get an uncommon that could have a higher mint count than a rare. So it will, even if it's probably going to mint, I mean, unless something crazy happens tomorrow, it's probably going to mint under 500, which actually is going to make it, even though it's an uncommon, it will be rarer than any rare Jalen Hurts moment. So
the thing is you keep adding, like, again, the more you add to the pile, the more Jalen Hurts, the more you're diminishing the value of all of these. Again, once it gets to a certain threshold, it's just how many, like, great. I mean, maybe I need it for a special challenge. If you're like a big dog collector, you'll get it. But
so yes, if the user base stays the same size, which it has, so agreed.
Yeah, right.
So this is why everything is always going to come back to adding that search feature for the new users. So got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So the last thing we're talking
let me just
about,
say, if it was a draw it up for Tank Bigsby, or insert
Puka.
Not him, anybody, and it was a debut, even if they just took a lesser player and they made it a debut, somebody that didn't have a moment. Shit, if it was an offensive lineman from the Buccaneers that never had a moment, I would be like, nah, maybe. I would be like, I don't have a moment from this guy. Maybe it could be a bottleneck someday. I would at least consider that, but I'm tired of getting the same dude over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got a Jalen Hurts or 5 or 10, and so it's just
500 of them. I mean, again, I'm just going to be honest. The second I saw that go live, I'm like, all right, I got a bunch of Tyreek Hills. I'm selling these bitches. And I sold them all, except for the ones that I wanted to keep, and that was that. And it's like I was happy with my return.
That's exactly, and that's the beauty of these challenges, right? For someone like you who says, I got enough Tyreek Hill, it gives you an opportunity to cash in. For someone who doesn't have enough Tyreek Hill, it gives them an opportunity for a new one. So that's the beauty of the like. What I like is what's going on right now, where there's like 3 or 4 different things happening, and it's like, hey, maybe this Tyreek Hill challenge isn't for me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a leaderboard guy, and I'm just doing all this to try to get that jersey and that autograph ball and stuff. And maybe that's not for me. Maybe I'm like I like this Road to 100 set, and so I'm just like doing my 100 yards and getting my Road to 100 guys, and getting a common. I mean, again, Bijan Robinson, like here he's another key fantasy guy. You don't have a Bijan Robinson unless you A, got lucky, or B, shelled out $250 or more.
Yeah.
So
and you're damn straight. I'm getting. I mean, like the one. I mean, I was willing to shell out a lot, because again, that's a guy who doesn't have a ton of moments. Like if they did that with if they'd have done this with Trent Richardson when he was Richardson before he got injured for the season, then that would have been another guy. You know, it'd have been a no-brainer.
Yeah. Well, they're doing it right now with Stroud. Stroud's in the new Uncommon series that's coming up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he'll be sought after, and that's again, he'll be a $20, $30, $40 moment probably out of that group.
I think it'll be more the fact that you've got one versus the fact that what he's worth. Like, again, there's some collectability and playability to it.
I
And
don't
then it's
know.
what
I
it's
feel
worth.
like people really get hung up on how much something's worth. It really,
They do,
I-
but
yeah.
I guess maybe for me as a collector, I don't fit that bill necessarily, but as a collector,
but I would say that you don't. You're right, but I would say you probably fit a smaller portion of the collectors.
yeah,
I
you're
feel
right.
like
I
a
understand.
large chunk of these collectors are very like, how much is it worth? How much did I pay? How much is it like, and it's
Sure.
yeah. So,
But again, I think
like
there
said,
is kind of like that. They're kind of enamored with these players too. Like for
of
like
course.
if you're using it for
look, there's the fantasy, there's the
the Rumble. You can't if you don't have a Bijan Robinson, you can't use it, right? So I mean,
right. Exactly.
Again,
Not
I would
that
say
he's
that's
done
where
a whole lot the last few weeks, but
right. But again, I guess what I'm saying is that he'll probably get back on track. So getting that Bijan Robinson for like a Rumble contest and being able to use it if you don't have it, I think there's some value to that, right? So maybe it's not worth as much. So I think that's where those kind of people fit in too.
Yeah. No, it gives you a lower entry point, a lower dollar entry point for that player.
All right. Let's move on.
All right. Last topic we got here is the drying up of the $1 moments. So we saw this landslide of dollar moments a few weeks back where it looked like they were just sticking there. And now we're back to there's no more. I mean, I'll pull up right now the live look in on the dollar moments. And we currently have no dollar moments.
Right. And it's because they're doing all these burn challenges. I mean, A+ job. I mean, they haven't done everything perfect, but the one thing they're doing is a shit ton of burning. They're creating a lot of scarcity. Very close to Halloween. So, again, I think this is a good thing, and it's drying up all these dollar moments just in time to release all these new moments to fucking bring everything back down to $1, though. I'm worried about that. If they do the burn part right, maybe not. I don't know, but I think, again,
I'm
I don't
worried
see
about this Make the Stop series, dude. I mean,
yeah,
I'm looking at some of the names on that
CJ
list
Mosley is not going to be like.
Man, I like CJ Mosley. First of all,
I like him.
Baller.
I mean, as a ball player, he's he should be worth a ton, but
I'm more
he's
worried
getting
about
paid
like
a ton.
Yeah, dude, we saw him live. We didn't get to broadcast, but we saw him live, and he was he's something.
As advertised.
And Williams was man, yeah. Well, why doesn't Williams have him? Quincy Williams should get a moment.
He's got a moment. Oh, Quincy
Williams.
Yeah, ex-Jaguar who was cut for I don't know fucking reason that was.
Yeah, well,
Anywho.
he looked good on the Jets, man.
Yeah, he does because his brother's there.
We went to a boat. We do a guys trip every year. This year we had picked the Jets-Eagles game pre Aaron Rodgers injury. Aaron Rodgers goes down week 1. We're texting each other like, well, there goes that game. We think we're going to go watch Zach Wilson stink it up against the Eagles.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, we got ourselves a treat, didn't we?
We did.
That was and I will say this too, Jets fans a little quiet in the first half.
Yeah.
But they picked it up in the second half. That place
and just a little fun fact for you. The Jets had never beaten the Eagles before.
Yeah, I know.
We didn't know that. That is something that we were
did
just
not
like
going into that game. Did not know that. But the
people
fans
were just
around
going,
us
the
let us
Jets
know.
have never beat the Eagles. I'm thinking like, what are you what are you smoking? Yeah. But sure enough,
that was a good game. A lot of Eagles fans there though too. So it was
tons.
It was but here's what I'll say. For as bad of a rap as Philly fans get,
yes,
they were actually very cool.
At least on our side they were. And we were on the Eagles.
We were on the
Eagles
back
side.
And forth. Yeah, we were definitely on the Eagles side. And I will say, everybody there was very cool. So
yes, no fights,
so good,
nothing.
So good job, Eagles fans who travel. You know how to behave yourselves, and you took your loss with dignity and moved on. I thought for sure we were going to see fights. But
yes,
I was very.
I guess when you lose to the Jets, you just kind of got to be like.
I mean, you got to punch somebody. So probably a lot of wives in Philadelphia suffered that night, but
Jesus,
none of the fans and
if you've made it this far, this is the R version.
Yeah, exactly. We got into the red band part of the show now. So, all right.
So I want to just chime in on the dollar moments again.
Yeah.
And just say that I think that they will stay dried up. For now, I think once the pack drop goes, I think they might come back down. If they do a good enough job burning these other moments to get new moments, things might kick up to like $3. There might be enough burns where it raises up, but I think it goes back down.
Yeah.
I don't know if it sticks for long enough. I really hope they get this right. I don't want them to fuck this up.
I mean, here's the thing. They're burning so many moments. It's like the supply is starting to dry. It's got to be starting to dry. Like,
yeah,
there's going to be a point where it's just going to dry up because people are just burning so many $2 moments.
But this is what I would say to people out there. If you're ever going to be a collector, be smart. Because again, they're going to burn these up and eventually it's going to dry up. So if you want to get your sets, start getting them.
Yep.
Now is the time. I mean, again, I'm out there like, if, you see these rares going down to like $14, $15. It's if you need it for your set, it's an easy pickup, man.
Yep.
I mean, some of these what is it? Like, there's a draw it up of somebody that had like 240 moments out there and it's like going for $15. I'm like, if this ever goes anywhere, there's only 240 in the world. If this ever goes anywhere, that'll probably be worth something. And if it goes nowhere, well, then we were all wasting our time.
I mean, if it goes nowhere, then it doesn't matter what you had anyway. So
exactly.
I agree. This is eventually, if you believe in the product, eventually more people are going to be here and more people are going to want the sets. And
right.
And having the ability to complete a series 1 set or a series 2 set is going to be so special because people are going to, think about it. There's only, with the way that things are getting burned, some of these, like there's, like even the base set that was 10,000, it sounds like a bunch, but that's so few. It's down to it's less than 6,000 now. Right.
These things are going to be extremely rare.
Yeah.
Like, like the commons, you think like 20 years from now, you think if this keeps going, if it somehow makes it, think of all the burns and the this and the that and all the funnels and tunnels it's going to go through. And it's like, there's going to be a few people left standing. And it's like, if you just get it and hold it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. And you hear the tiptoes of Bitcoin kind of creeping up. It's like, if the crypto market starts going up, maybe it goes back down. But again, it's like things start kind of going in the right direction here. You never know.
Yeah, it's been a good week. It's certainly been a good week for crypto.
And again, there's a lot, like on the NFT side, the NFL all day, there's a lot of deals on the table. And again,
the other thing you got to think too is it's like the NFL is like such a sure shot. If there's ever anything that has the potential, just think about the potential for this product to integrate with other platforms now that Dapper's open. And we talked about that a few episodes ago where Dapper opened up the platform for other wallets to utilize it. Think about the sports gambling, the the fantasy football platforms, I don't know. All I know is it's like
sky's the limit. Let's just hope they don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Don't
fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up. So I like where it's going. All right. Do we got anything else or we pretty much, I don't want to.
No, that was it.
Anybody ask us
any
questions?
There's a good. I know someone told us we needed to make an episode, and yes,
they were right.
You're right.
They were right.
We were just. I'm telling you, we've been fighting through some stuff, but we are back bringing episodes now.
Okay, hey, I just want to point out something really quick.
Yes,
we've talked about people who need moments. Puka needs a moment, but also that dude from Seattle, Bobo. I see him making. I see that dude, he keeps popping up. There's another guy that could be in your Draw It Up contest. Get him the fuck in there. I'm sure there's a few other ones that leave in the comments if you got anybody else, if you made it this far.
So shout out Nook the Barber, who said, who asked for a new video a day ago and then said, make a new video, we're waiting, and now said demanding politely. So shout out to you for getting on our asses. Video is out. This video will go out tonight. So appreciate you watching and appreciate you demanding more. So thank you.
Yeah. And then one other thing I just wanted to jump on is that, and I know there was a Discord contest for it, but I thought it could have been a nice little, we keep talking about all these side contests they could do or challenges. They could have done something kind of cool for National Tight Ends Day. Again, they did a small contest on Discord, but they could have thrown it out on a Wednesday surprise. It's National Tight Ends Day. If you've got, this huge collection of tight ends, you got all these guys. If you do, you qualify for this. It could have been like a sneak thing they'd have done. I think it would have been great. So anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they did do a little contest, not a huge one, obviously, but you know, it is what it is.
I think that, again,
look, here's the thing. I'm just happy they're doing leaderboards. They've got Rumble
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
It's like things are actually going on. Like, let's not get greedy right now.
I'm not being
Like,
greedy.
here's
I'm
the
just
deal.
listen.
Good job,
I'm
Dapper,
suggesting
on not fucking
Yes.
it up. Let's see how
Yes.
this launch goes on the uncommons, and we will report back. So
yes, and do
we're-
not
now that we're-
release the commons or the what are they?
God.
The
Yeah, they're commons. Yeah, let's not talk about those. Let's not
do
even
not
talk
release
about
those.
Do not release the Kraken. All right, yeah. So we'll be back sooner than later. Again,
Yes.
apologies.
Happy
for
Halloween, folks.
Yeah, enjoy it out there, and we will see you all soon. Who do you got? What do you think tomorrow night? Bills, Buccaneers.
Buccaneers. Bills.
8.5 points. The Bills by 8.5 points, though.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, they're gonna blow them out.
Is
Is it a blowout?
are they gonna blow what?
I think is it going to be a blowout? What's you think they cover?
Is
that
it in
spread?
Buffalo?
Yes.
I think so. I think Buffalo kind of rallies now, whether they'll hold or whatever. I think at home, Buccaneers traveling up. It's gonna be a little cold.
Not that
Baker
cold.
Mayfield kind of. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They got injuries on the defensive side. I don't know. Yeah, I got Buffalo winning. I don't know if it's a blowout, but I just got Buffalo winning.
Man. All right.
Then just tell me who's gonna win.
I'm going to say it on record. I think I'm going to say Tampa covers this game. I'm not saying they're going to
Don't
win.
give me this cover shit. Who's gonna win the game? Nobody
Probably
wants to
Bills,
know who's
but
gonna cover.
That's bullshit. There are plenty of people out there that are degenerate bettors
Well,
just
me and
like
Scuba
me
Steve
that
don't
want to
give
know.
a fuck. So we want to know who's going to
You
win.
and Scuba Steve, you guys can go do your little circle jerk about who won the game. But I'm just saying right now.
I'm just saying. I'm asking you a question. Who's going to win?
And I'm telling you, the Bills are going to win. The Bucks will cover the spread.
Okay.
It's going to be closer
Bills are
than
gonna
people
win.
think.
Okay. That's fine. You can work out your gambling on your own degenerate. Maybe you need to start like a
side channel.
hustle, a side channel called Degenerates. Anyway.
Degeneration X. All right.
Yes. Yeah. We'll stop.
Yep. We're out of here.
Peace.